Okay, I just have to start recording because I have never felt energies like this before the last 3 to 4 days consistently. I feel like I've every morning for the last 3 or 4 days, I have woke up and like quantum leaped every morning, not just one time, not just one big one. It's like big, huge shifts every single morning. These messages are going to get deep, so if they're for you, they're for you. If not, that's okay. But I pray and affirm that they go to those who need to hear them and see them right now, or whenever you're meant to see them. So I like I said, I've never felt energies like this before, and they just won't stop. Like they woke me up at 2 in the morning. That the spirits and guides, they woke me up at 2 in the morning. You're just, and that's how I know it needs to be shared, is because it won't stop until it's shared. So, I guess the first thing I want to share is my story about how I became like how I can't even think of the words. Like the energy is all over the place. So the energy of how I've enhanced my psychic medium gifts. Okay. So I had a very strange relationship with my parents and family growing up. And I don't want to like talk bad on them. I'm just trying to share my side of the story. How I felt like the outcast, the black sheep of the family, and it's always for a reason. So if you feel like a black sheep right now and you don't know why, maybe you want to keep paying attention. So I like I said, I always felt different, always felt on the outside, and had a kind of a strange relationship with my family and parents. And then my dad was like, my parents were married, but he worked out of town my whole life for like 20 years. So we had kind of like a distant relationship until he got diagnosed with cancer. Like this was almost 5 years ago. And at that time, it was like around November 2020, the doctors gave him 2 months to live. And he actually held on for 2 more years. So he didn't pass away until November of 2022. But that last week of his life when he was in and out of the hospital is the most time I ever spent with him and spoke with him. And the night he actually passed away, the rest of my family was asleep. And I've told this story before, but I feel like I need to share it again, and like it's going to reach new people. So the night he passed away, the rest of my family was asleep, and it was so divinely guided. If you go back to like my very first YouTube video, you can hear more of like an in-depth story. But anyways, the night he passed away, I woke up out of my sleep, and I was the only one awake, and I just kept hearing to let everyone stay asleep and just do what I need to do. And before this point, I was not spiritual. Like I believed in angels. I kind of just like believed in the idea, but I didn't know if I believed in God or not. Like I wasn't religious. I wasn't any of those things. So like hearing the voices telling me to do these things was like very like automatic and not what I was used to, but I just trusted to do what I was supposed to be doing. And so I got up to help him, and I could hear his hearing was like, I mean, his breathing was different. And so I like grabbed I held his hand, and I grabbed his wrist so I could feel his pulse. But I wasn't doing that on purpose. It was like automatic grab. So I actually heard him take his last breath, and I heard his pulse stop in my fingertips. And then immediately, once his pulse stopped, I felt a rush of heat through my body and up to the sky. And I was like, what the heck was that? And so this actually led me on a spiritual journey for the last 2.5 years of finding and accepting God. And like, it made me a firm believer. Like, I don't care. You can't tell me otherwise. There is a God. There is a heaven. There is a purpose to everything. I've seen it. I've heard it. You can't tell me otherwise. So that led me on this spiritual journey of just finding who I really am and accepting me as myself and loving myself, this like self-love journey. And along the way, I have developed my psychic medium gifts. And it took me a long time to realize that that night didn't happen so that I could become a medium. It happened because I was a medium. I just didn't know it yet, and it like activated my gifts. So along the way, I have met other families, and if you have lost a parent to cancer, or like if you're around my generation and you've lost a parent of around that generation to cancer or something unexpected that just did not make any sense. It's like, why? My dad was so strong. Like, why in the world did that happen to him? It didn't make any sense at all. He was such a good person. But so if you've felt that way too, maybe like this is for you too. So there's been like this people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, like this rise of parents like passing away to like cancer or other things because they were either workaholics or alcoholics, or they they didn't prioritize their mental health, or like they just were overworked, underpaid, like that story. Like there is this like rise of those parents that are passing away because of that. And I was like, this is what I've been trying to make sense of for a couple years. And along the way, I've met other people whose parents passed away in a similar fashion. And I have been able to, like, I think it's all been moms who have passed on, which is strange, just for me, because it was my dad. It was like the opposite. So I've had a bunch of moms come through to me and like share their love and connect with me, and to have me share messages with their children. I don't know if I explained that correctly, because I'm a medium, so that means I can, like, people who have passed on can share messages through me to who they need to go to. So, and it's all been moms that have been doing that. So I've been connected with a bunch of people who I have needed to share their messages with. And I was wondering why, like, how I knew they were all connected. It all happened for a reason, but I couldn't understand why until last night. This video is probably going to be long, but it's worth it, at least to me, at least for me to get it all out. So until last night, I had a vision so like all these parents that have already passed on. I had a vision of them like in the spirit world, like kneeling down, like they have fallen, and they're kneeling down like in a row, in unison. They're all kneeling down at the same time, and in front of this darkness, like like a dark battle. So they're kneeling down like they have fallen, but out of nowhere, out from behind them, jumps all the children like me, like of my generation. That the things we have been preparing, I have like full body chills right now. The things we have been preparing for the last couple of years has prepared us for this moment. So all of the children like come out of nowhere, and I wish I could like show this, because it is so beautiful and cool. It's like a movie. They like, so to say the parents are like knelt down right here, they come out of nowhere and like do like a flying like jump like this, yielding a sword, or like, yeah, like all the kids at the same time, like, yeah, and like fight the darkness and clear it. And so last night I saw that vision, and I heard the long silent war is over. And it's like, and then I like immediately got like a rush of light, like the whole body was like light. And I don't know if this has happened yet or if it's going to happen. That's why I want to record it, so people know what we've been prepared for. And like I said, it's in the spiritual world, so we may or may not see this in the physical, but it's, if you can feel it, then you feel it. And so we've been prepared to fight the darkness of the long silent war. And like, it's multifaceted, the message of the long silent dark war, meaning the parents of our generation who couldn't speak up for themselves or couldn't speak to us, like they couldn't express their emotions to us. So us of my generation have grown up without like the proper guidance, the proper emotional tools, and we've had to teach ourselves these things. It was all for a reason. It was all for a greater plan, so that the darkness that was like taking over our world, our earth, was like thinking it was winning. And then out of nowhere, here we come, the light workers. And if you've been hearing light workers for a long time, this is for a reason, for one of the reasons. We actually take it back over and upset the balance. So, good guys always win. So that was a beautiful whole message in itself. And about a month ago, I was just getting dressed, like getting ready for the day. And I felt like I was like getting dressed, and I was like, I felt like I was suiting up for war. And I was like I've been in the military, like this was like 15 years ago, but I never felt that way. Like this was like I was gearing up for a spiritual war that I couldn't see yet. And I have been like feeling this way and knew I was going towards something for 2.5 years, but I couldn't see it until last night. And it was because I wasn't supposed to see it until last night. Like I wasn't supposed to give away the plan, if that makes sense. So I wasn't supposed to, like, it was a secret for a reason. So anyway, so I felt like this was like a month ago. I felt like I was like suiting up for war, and I was like, okay. And I wrote it down, and I wrote down the date and time. And then like 2 days ago, I had a vision with Archangel Michael, and he was like all in armor, and he was not helping me, but he was like telling me, reminding me to suit up in my armor. So in that part of vision, I was suiting up for armor. So this was like 2 days ago. And then I was like, I don't know why. I always don't know why I'm doing something, but I do it anyways. So I was like, okay, I'm suiting up for armor. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready as always. And then last night I had that vision of like everybody like, yeah. So if you've been feeling like you've been like the collective has been feeling this, we are gearing up for something. This is why. So I'm going to share this. If this resonates for you, please let me know. You can share it, like, comment. I would love to hear how it resonates for you, and I will see you in the next message. I forgot one thing. So while I was having that vision of everybody like, yeah, I also had, I can't remember how it started, but it was like the darkness, the long, dark, silent war is over so that we can remember. And I was like, so we can remember and see. And I was like, what are we going to remember and see? And then I got a vision of Jesus. And if you, like I said, I am new to my beliefs and journey. Like, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, I believe in everything and everyone. But if you know me, I don't speak about Jesus a lot. So this is like a very big, clear sign for me and for others, like how impactful this message and image is. So I was like, okay, we're going to see and know the truth again about Jesus. We're going to see, know, and feel this truth again about Jesus and how he died and, you know, all that. And then I immediately I was like, how is this going to happen? Like, I asked things out loud. How is this going to happen? And then I got this vision of Jesus, like the energy like flowing through everyone's bodies, like Christ consciousness again. It was like the energy flowing through everyone's hearts. And I could feel the love of Jesus and everything through my heart. And like people are going to start feeling, hearing, knowing, seeing that again. We're going to, like, we defeated the darkness, so we're going to all again feel the light together. And I forgot what I was saying. Like I said, these messages. So I saw this last night after that, like, war vision. I saw the Jesus image, and like it's all coming through us again, passing through us again. So we know, we remember. It's like awakening. We're reawakening to the remembrance of the light of Jesus, of the truth. And this was last night, Saturday, June 14th. And I said, well, what's tomorrow? And tomorrow, which is today, is Father's Day. And I said, the Father's Day. So if you're celebrating the Father's Day, and I also heard, like last night, tomorrow is a new day. Like, and I don't mean like, obviously it's a new day, but like it's a new day, like a new age for all of us. So, whew, yeah, these messages have been deep, crazy. These energies have been all over the place and amazing and exciting, and they're like revamping me, and I hope you feel them too. And they're revamping you, re-gearing you up, and helping you find the light and the purpose again. And I'm sure this message, I feel like it's ahead of the time. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's ahead of the mass of when it will happen. So maybe in like, today is June 15th, 2025. Maybe in like a month from now, people will start viewing it. That's just my guess and feeling. And then it will all make sense to everyone. So like, share, comment, subscribe. Add me, follow me, send me a message. Let me know if these messages resonated for you, and we'll see you in the next one.